Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got game two of this Toronto Blue Jays Minnesota Twins series. And to lead it all for the Blue Jays, playing second is Alomar. Batting second, playing short is Fernandez. Batting third, playing first base is Olerud. Batting fourth, playing third base is Guerrero. Batting fifth, playing right field is Barfield. Batting sixth, playing center field is Wells. Batting seventh, playing left field is Stewart. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Witt. And on the mound, batting ninth is Jimmy Key. And for the hometown Minnesota Twins, leading off, playing second is Knobloch. Batting second, playing first is Carew. Batting third, playing center field is Puckett. Batting fourth, playing third base is Killebrew. Batting fifth, playing left field is Heisel. Batting sixth, playing right field is Hunter. Batting seventh, doing the catching is Beatty. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Versells. And batting ninth and on the mound is Pascual. Get down here and get this game started. And you see the team comparisons there. Toronto 4-2, batting .281, .349 on base percentage, slugging .441 with a .790 OPS. Twins are 2-4, batting .219, .294 on base percentage, slugging .428 with an OPS of .722. Roberto Alomar batting .438 with no homers and 2 RBIs is going to lead it off here for the Blue Jays. Pascual's second appearance, no record with a 7.5 ERA. And the Blue Jays, like we say, are 4-2, and they are 2 games back of the Yankees. Vernon Wells, .292. Like I say, Alomar with that .438 batting average. Fernandez, .316. Guerrero, .222. Olerud, .400. Steve with an 8.1 ERA. Alexander 3.38. Jimmy comes into this game with a 6.43 ERA. Holiday 2.57. And Ward's yet to give up a run. And the first pitch here to Alomar. Yeah, it's going to be a fly ball out the right field. That'll be out number 1. And we got Fernandez up now. Tony is batting .316, no homers and 3 RBIs. That's a base on balls. So 1 out and they walk the second batter. And now you got John Olerud up. And Olerud's batting .400. And let's see if they're going to hit and run with John up here. And they are. They're going to do a little hit and run. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. 23 and a 9. And that should be fielding column 1. That's for sure. 23 and a 9. Yep, that's fielding column 1. And that is going to be a right chart here. And out at first, the runner is going to make it down the second there. 4-3 put out. You got a runner down in second in scoring position for Guerrero as David and Ken Castro joins us here. And Guerrero, he's batting .222. He's got a homer and 3 RBIs. Runner on second, 1 out, 2 outs here in the first. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Pascual strikes out his first batter. That'll end the inning. Blue Jays strand 1 to the bottom of the first we go. With Knobloch, Carew, and Puckett due up. See the Twins' upcoming schedule. They got one more game here in Minnesota against Toronto. Then they go on the road, take on Kansas City for 3 games. Then they head down to Tampa Bay to take on the Devil Rays. Knobloch batting .227 with a homer and 4 RBIs. Jimmy Key's second appearance of the season. He's 1-0 with a 6.43 ERA. And the Twins, 2-4, 2.5 games back of the Tigers. Killebrew batting 273. Carew 231. Puckett only 174. Knobloch 227. And Tony Oliva 294. Viola with a 2.25 along with Golick's. And Jim Cat 129 ERA. Pascual comes into this game with a 7.5 ERA and Santana a 6. And we got Knobloch up here. Try to get something going, and that's going to be a fly ball out to Vernon in center. One down here in the bottom of the first. And Rod Carew's up now. Carew batting 231. He's got no homers and only one RBI. That's going to be a base hit in the right field. He turns on that one. Barfield gets over, holds him up with a single. Kirby Puckett's up now with a runner down at first and one out. And Puckett's off to a slow start, batting a .174, no homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be the dreaded Taylor made double play down to Tony. Tony's up with it, tosses over to Roberto Alomar, over to John. 6-4-3 double play. And that'll end the inning, folks. To the top of the second we go, still no score. Barfield, Wills, and Stewart. Jesse batting 250, no homers and an RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Hunter for out number 1. And Vernon Wells is up now. Wells batting 292 with a homer and 6 RBI. And that's going to be another fly ball. This one out to Puckett for out number 2. 2 quick outs here in the top of the second. Shannon Stewart's up now. And he's batting 200. No homers and 2 RBI. And that's going to be a rare play of 40 and a 52 on a 40. That's going to be a ball 1. So here's the 1-0 pitch to Shannon. And that's going to be against the righty, a fly ball out the center field. Puckett takes a few steps to his right, makes the catch in a 1-2-3 inning. To the bottom of the second we go. We got Killebrew due up, Heisel, and Hunter. And Harmon's batting 273, 2 homers and 4 RBI. And that's going to be a base on balls. The Twins will take it. The leadoff batter aboard here. And up to the plate's Larry Heisel. Larry's only batting .091. He is 1 for 11 with no homers and no RBIs. Let's see if he can do something here in the bottom of the second. And that's going to be a 40 team. And that's going to be a rare play on a 40 with a runner on first. Reroll a dice here. 14 and a 40. It's going to be a ball back to the mound. Jimmy P there, a 55 and a 2. $55 and a 2. That'll be fielding column number 2. And that's going to be out at first. And a runner will get down to second. And the pitcher will cover this one. So that's going to be a 4-1 put out at first. And like I say, I'll get Killebrew down to second. And Torrey Hunter's up now. And Hunter with a chance to get the Twins on the board here with 1 out and a runner in scoring position. And Hunter's batting 250. And he's got 1 homer and 1 RBI. Clinton Parks joins us here. Yeah, exactly. Got to be doing some baseball. And that's going to be another 40. 40 with a runner on second. And let's see here, a 63 and a team. Let's go see what the team is here. 8, 10, 13, 22, 31, 35. That'll be column 1. Pass ball with a PB2. So that's going to be a pass ball. Runner gets down to third now and still only 1 out. So now the go ahead runs at third, 90 feet away. And Hunter with the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Big strikeout by Jimmy Key after the pass ball. Now there's 2 outs, and can Beatty deliver here? Beatty looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 7. And he might deliver here, folks, against the 14. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. And that'll score the run. And the Twins take a 1-0 lead here. Nice 2-out hit by Beatty. Zorro's up. Purcell's batting .286 with no homers and no RBIs. Runner down at first and 2 outs. And here's the pitch to Purcell's. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second, a 64 and a 9. And that's going to be fielding column 3. And that's going to be first on air, runner to third, an E4 on Alomar. Runner at first is now at third. Runner's on the corner. It should be out of the inning. Can the Twins add to this lead here, folks? And it'll be Pascual to do it himself here. He's batting .500 on the year because we don't need a stinking DH. No homers and no RBIs. Here's the pitch to Pascual. And that's going to be against the lefty. It'll be a 12 and a 9. And like I say, we don't need no stinking DH. That's going to be a single in the left field. And let's see if Pascual can make it down the third. With 2 outs here. And that costly error. That'll be a 39. Yeah, 39 minus 30 plus 18. 27. 27. That would be a 53. He'll make it down to third. Or not. We're going to send him down to third. A 53. And he's down to third, so it's still first and third. And now there is still 2 outs, and it's a 2-0 ball game here. And we're back to the top of the order, and Chuck Knobloch. Can he keep this going? Knobloch's 0 for 1, flew out to center. And that'll do it. That's a ground ball down to Tony. He fires over to first. But the Twins score 2, take a 2-0 lead into the top of the third. Remember, the costly error added an extra run. We got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Blue Jays. Witt, Key, back to Alomar. Ernie's batting .429, off to a great start with 2 homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, and Pascual with the second strikeout of the game. And now you got Jimmy Key up, looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 3 on the year. And not going to happen. Back-to-back strikeouts as Pascual gets a 2-run lead, and he's coming after him. Not wasting any time or any pitches here. It's kind of reminding you of Linda Ronstadt. thrown a bunch of blue bayous there. And now you got Alomar up 0 for 1. He flew out the right. Can he strike out the side? Nope, that's a grounder down to Carew. He takes it himself. And out to end the inning. 1, 2, 3 goes the Jays. To the bottom of the third we go. You got the 2, 3, 4 hitters up here. Carew, Puckett, and Killebrew. Rod Carew singled in the first, 1 for 1. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Stewart for out number 1. That brings up Kirby Puckett now. And Kirby's 0 for 1. He grounded into a 6-4-3 double play his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball to Alomar. He fields this one cleanly over to first. That'll be out number 2. See if old Killebrew can do something here. He walked and came around to score in the second. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Jimmy strikes him out. The Twins go down in order. Still 2-0 Minnesota as we head to the fourth. You got Fernandez, Olerud, and Guerrera due up. Tony, he walked back in the first. And that's going to be against the righty. 16 and a 10. Yep. And that's going to be a pop-up down the second. And Tony pops up the knob block for out number 1. John Olerud's up now. John's 0 for 1, grounded out. And that's going to be another ground ball. This one down to Killebrew. He fires over to first, and now there's quickly 2 out. San Diego against Houston. Cool. Using some Apba and Digital Diamond. 13 David is. And Guerrero Jr.'s up 0 for 1, struck out. Not this time, folks. That's going to be a double in the right field. A 2-out hit. First hit of the ball game for the Jays. And they got a runner in scoring position for Jesse. And Barfield, he is 0 for 1. He flew out the right. And here's the pitch to Barfield. And that's going to be a 40. And let's see here. The team. That'll be 11, 14. That'll be fielding column 1. And that's going to be a pass ball. And Guerrero is going to get down to third now. So the run's a 90 feet away for Barfield. 2 outs and a 1-0 pitch to Jesse. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Barfield strikes out. The Jays strand 1. To the bottom of the fourth we go. Larry Heisel, Hunter, the 2 H's, and then Beatty. And Toronto's upcoming schedule. They got one more game here in Minnesota, and then they head on down to Texas to take on the Rangers, and then they head to Kansas City after that. Larry's 0 for 1 today, and that's going to be a fly ball out to, I think, out the left field. Nope, out the right field, and that ball hits the chalk. And that's going to be a leadoff double by Larry. He's standing down at second with nobody out. And Hunter's up. Hunter's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. He's got a runner in scoring position, though, this time. Can he deliver? And nope, that's going to be a fly ball out the right. Barfield makes the catch. That'll be out number 1. And here's the man, Beatty. He's got the RBI single back in the second, 1 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball, 53 and a 9. And that's going to be fielding column 2, 1 and 8. And he's going to look the runner back to second, fire over to first. Now there's 2 down, and Larry's still down there at second. It's up to old Purcell. He is 0 for 1. He did reach on an error his first time up. It was a costly error. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 12 and an 8. And that is going to be a single. in the center field. And see if Larry can score on this. That'll be a single in the center field. Let's see here. That'll be a 6. He should score with no throw. And he does. That's going to be an RBI single. And the Twins take a 3-0 lead here, folks. You got a runner down at first and 1 out. 2 outs, rather. And Pascual, who delivered his first time up. He is 1 for 1 today, folks, with an RBI. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strike count on him. And he deliver again, 2-0 pitch. And nope, that's a ground ball down to Tony. He goes the short way over to second. But the Twins score one more, and it's 3-0 Minnesota as we go to the top of the 5th with Wells, Stewart, and Witt. Vernon's 0 for 1 today, flew out. And not this time. That's a fly ball, but it is high, it is far, and it is going into the left field seats. And the Jays get on the board. Up 3-2. It's 3-1. And Shannon starts up now. He flew out to center his first time up, 0 for 1. And that's going to be an infield hit. And Pascual struggling here in the 5th. Back-to-back hits. And Ernie Witt's up. He'll be looking for a ground ball to get a double play. Ernie struck out his first time, 0 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. But unable to turn 2 as Ernie hustles down the line. Beats the throw barely. That'll be a 6-4 put out. And now you got Jimmy Key up. He's going to try to bunt the runner over to second. Jimmy struck out his first time up. And that's going to be 2 misses. Missed both times here. 0-2. They're going to keep the bunt sign on. And that's going to be a foul ball. Jimmy strikes out. Doesn't get the bunt down. And that is now 2 outs. And we're back to the top of the order in Alomar. He has flown out and grounded out 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a pop-up behind home plate. Beatty takes the mask off near the screen. That'll be out number 3. But Toronto scores 1 on the homer. And this game is now 3-1. Got the top of the order due up here for Minnesota. Knobloch, Carew, and Puckett. Chuck's 0 for 2 today. And Knobloch with the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball, fly ball rather, out the Barfield. He makes the catch for out number 1. And Rod Carew's up now. He's 1 for 2 today with a single back in the first. And that's going to be a fly ball out the Barfield again. So let's see if the Twins can hit it somewhere else and get a base hit. And Puckett is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. And that's going to be a fly ball out the center field. And that's going to be a nice play out there by Vernon Wells. Rob's Puckett is a opposite guy with a hit there. That's a 1-2-3 5th. To the top of the 6th we go. We got Fernandez, Olerud, and Guerrero due up. And Tony is 0 for 1. He's walked and popped up. And this time he squares this one up against Pascual. And that ball is hit hard in the left field. It's off the wall, rolls away from Larry. And Fernandez with his speed is going to be in there easily at third with a triple. So right away you got a runner at third and nobody out. With a 2-run lead, they're going to play back, try to get out of this inning with only 1 run scoring. John's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Puckett's got a cannon out there, folks. That will be, we'll re-roll a dice. I don't think he's going nowhere. He's not. So Tony's going to stay put on the shallow fly. And there is one out. And old Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is up now. And he's 1 for 2 with a double his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Larry doesn't quite have that arm. Let's see here. And that will be, re-roll a dice. 5. And that'll be a deep fly ball to left. This should score Tony easily. Make this a 1-run ball game. Yep, he'll score with no throw. That's a sacrifice fly. The runner scores, and it's a 3-2 ball game, folks. And Jesse Barfield's up now. He is 0 for 2, flown out and struck out. And he strikes out again. Pascual, though, gives up another run here. That's the lead to 1, 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Got the Killebrew, Heisel, and Hunter do up here. Killebrew's 0 for 1. He walked and came around the score. Struck out his other time. And against the lefty, that'll be a 12. And that's going to be a base hit. Killebrew turns on this one, hits this ball in the left field. And that'll be a single for Killebrew. He's down at first with nobody out for Larry Heisel. Larry's 1 for 2 with a double and came around the score in the 4th. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strike count on him. Oh, you have a good one, Dave. Thank you for stopping by. And Larry's now with the 2-0 count. And that's going to be a pop-up catcher, 51 and an 8. 1 and an 8. Steal column number 1. That's back behind the plate. Ernie Witt calls for it and makes the catch. And there is one down now. See if Hunter can do something here. Hunter's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to first. A 44 and a 4. That'll be fielding column 1. That's a nice play down there by Oderud. And let's see here. Does he bat left? Nope. So that's going to be the old 3-6-3 double play. And that'll end the inning. And they come up now in the top of the 7th in a 3-2 ball game. Wells, Stewart, and Witt. And let's see here. Pascual is due up third. Want him to at least make it through this 7th inning. And you got Wells, who has homered in this game. He's 1 for 2. And he has smashed this one, folks. That ball is hit down the third base line. And that's going to be a double. Vernon Wells is having a hell of a game here. So the tying run down at second. And Shannon Stewart's up now. And Stewart's 1 for 2. He's single back in the 5th. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. And Zorro makes the catch for out number 1. The runner stays put. Big out there. Now you got Ernie Witt up. Ernie's 0 for 2. Struck out and grounded into a forced play. And that's going to be against a righty, a 16. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. 42 and a 3 might be fielding column 3. And it is. And that's going to get the runner down the third. Killebrew fires over to first. So the tying runs 90 feet away, but now there's 2 outs. And can Pascual get out of this mess with nobody scoring? And that'll be it for Jimmy Key. He goes 6 innings, and they're going to have to use a pitch hitter to try to get this tying run in. See who's going to come off the bench here against Pascual. Only got one lefty, and that's Delgado. That's who's going to come off the bench. They're going to send the big gun up right away against Pascual to try to tie this game up here in the 7th. And let's see here. Carlos now comes in the game. And he's batting .222, no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be infield. 9, 11, 14, 23, 37. That'll be fielding column 1. That's going to be a line drive right at third. Killebrew makes a nice catch, and that'll end the inning. Delgado hit it right on the button, but right at Killebrew. And that ends the inning, folks. We make it to the 7th inning stretch. It's 3-2. Let's see here. You got the righties coming up. And Tom's going to come out of the bullpen here. Try to keep this a 1-run game. In the bottom of the 7th. And this is his 3rd appearance with 11.25 ERA. He'll be facing the bottom third of the order. Beatty, Vercel, and possibly a pitch hitter. It all depends with Pascual what's going on. Beatty is 1 for 2 with an RBI single. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Tom strikes him out for out number 1. And Vercel's up now. And he's 1 for 2 with an RBI and reached on an error. So he's been on base both times. And this time, that's a ground ball down to Alomar. He fires over to first. And that'll be 2 down. And with 2 outs, they're going to let Pascual hit for himself. He's 1 for 2 with a RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Tom strikes him out. 1, 2, 3 goes the Twins. To the top of the 8th we go. They will get the bullpen up just in case. Here in the 8th. He'll be facing the top of the order. Alomar, Fernandez, and Olerud. And Roberto is 0 for 3 today. Popped up, grounded out, and flown out. And that's going to be against the righty. A 13 and a 9. And that is going to be a base hit, infield hit for Alomar. And that might be it for Pascual. Runner gets aboard here. Let's see. Got some lefties coming up. We got a lefty in the bullpen. You got Perkins in the bullpen. That's who they're going to bring in here. Try to get through this 8th inning with the switch hitter and then the lefty due up. So Perkins is going to come in the game. That'll be it for Pascual. He goes 7+. The tying run is down at first, so can't lose this ball game. So we'll bring Perkins in here. What just happened there? Do it again here. And this is Perkins' 3rd start. No record with no ERA. Tony is 1 for 2. He has walked and tripled and came around the score in the 6th. Runner down at first. Nobody out. That's going to be 2 balls and no strikes. Perkins falls behind on him. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 2nd. And Knobloch's going to get the lead runner out. But with Fernandez's speed, they won't be able to turn 2. So Tony makes it down to 1st with 1 out. And John Olderud's up now. Do they want a pitch hit for John? That is the question. Delgado's already pitched hit that. See who else can play first. Anybody? Let's see here. They can move Guerrero over to first. Bring Donaldson in. That's what they're going to do. So John's going to come out of the ball game here. Donaldson's going to come in, and he'll play third. And they'll move Guerrero over to first. With 1 down here. Josh Donaldson's going to come to the plate. And Josh is batting .375 with no homers and no RBIs. Not anymore. Well, it won't be a homer here, but it will be a double in the right field. Hunter's got a damn good arm out there. Let's see if they can score here with 1 out. That'll be a 42. What's a 16? It'll be a 21. Do they want to chance it here? A 43. And who's coming up next? Guerrero. So they're not going to send him. It's going to be 2nd and 3rd. 1 out. It's going to force the Twins to bring the infield in. And Guerrero's up. So Guerrero is 1 for 2 with an RBI double. And Parallel League joins us here. And here's the pitch to Guerrero. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. And that's going to be a base on balls. So he walks him. That does set up the double play. I think they're going to keep the infield in there for Barfield. Nowhere to put Jesse. 1 out. Bases full of Blue Jays. Fernandez, Donaldson, and Guerrero. And do they want to go to Nathan here? I think that might be the move here, is to go with Joe Nathan. That's what they're going to do, try to get a 2-inning save by Nathan. As Perkins pitches to the lefties. Now you got the righties coming up, Barfield, Wiles, and Stewart. So Perkins comes out of the game. And Joe Nathan's going to come in here and try to save this ball game, folks. With 1 out and the bases full of Jays. And Joe is 2nd game. No record with a 9 ERA. Here's the pitch to Jesse, looking for that ground ball, and that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on him. He falls behind, Nathan does. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And I think they're going to send him this time. Out the right field, a 63 and a 3. Let's see what column that's going to be. And that's going to be column number 2. Out the right field. A 58. That's pretty damn deep. It's 37 plus. And that's he's going to score with no throw. Now let's see if Donaldson's going to make it to 3rd. That'll be the question. And he's going to stay put. So that's a sacrifice fly by Barfield. Gets the job done. Ties this ball game up Now there's 2 outs and it's first and second. And Vernon Wells comes to the plate, and he's 2 for 3 with a double and a homer. He's got an RBI in the game, and he's got more than that now. This Joe Nason can't get the bleeding to stop here. And that's going to be a double in the right center field. And let's see, Guerrero with his speed's going to stop at third. That's going to be second and third. And the Blue Jays just take the lead here, folks. And it is now 4-2 as they've scored 2 runs here with 2 outs. And Stewart's up. And Shannon is 1 for 3. He has flown out, popped up his other 2 times up. That's going to be a 40. That's going to be a rare play, a 35 and a 40. 35 and a 40. And that's going to be a fly ball out the center field. A 54 and a 3. It's barely column number 1. And that's going to be a fly out. Puckett makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. But the Jays score 2 and take a 4-3 lead into the bottom of the 8th, folks. We're going to have the top of the order due up here for the Twins here. Let's see here. I need a new third baseman and first baseman. So Josh is going to stay in the game, play third. And Guerrero move from third to first. And you got Knobloch, Carew, and Puckett due up here against Tom. Chuck is 0 for 3, flown out twice and grounded out. And he gets a hold of this, and that's going to be a leadoff double by Knobloch. And just like that, the Twins got the tie and run down at second. And Rod Carew comes to the plate, folks. And the Twins get the lead right back here. Carew's 1 for 3, single back in the first. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Vernon Wells is out there. And that'll be a 6-35. He's not going to chance it. He'll stay put. A single will score him anyway. And now you got Kirby Puckett up. And Kirby's 0 for 3. He is grounded out twice and flown out. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Barfield's got a cannon out there. That'll be a and he's going to stay put again. So 2 fly balls. Knobloch's still down there at second. And it's up to Killebrew. 1 swing in the bat, though, and Killebrew can give him the lead. He's 1 for 2. He has walked and scored and singled in this last time up in the 6th. And that ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this bad boy going to go, folks? Not far enough. That's going to be a double in the left field off the wall. Killebrew thought he tied this, gave him the lead, but he tied it up. And now you got a runner down at second, and it's a 4-4 ball game. And Larry Heisel's up. And that's going to get the bullpen up, but Tom's due up second. I'd like to see him get through this inning. And Larry's 1 for 3. He doubled and came around the score in the 4th. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That'll end the inning, but the RBI double by Killebrew ties this game up. We go to the top of the 9th. It's 4-4. They're going to let Nathan pitch this 9th inning here. You got Witt, a pitch hitter for Tom, and then back to the top of the order in Alomar. Ernie is 0 for 3 today. And he gets a hold of this, and that's going to be a double down the first base line as Ernie turns on it. And right away, the go-ahead run is down at second. We'll have a pitch hitter here for Tom. Depending on what goes on, who will come in this game. Got Ryan and Garvin getting loose out there. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here. And Aaron Hill's going to come off the bench. Try to give these Blue Jays the lead here. And Aaron Hill looking for his first hit of the year, folks. He's 0 for 10. And he's going to be 0 for 11 as Joe Nathan with a big strike out there. That is one down here in the ninth. Runner still down at second. We're back to the top of the order in Alomar. He's 1 for 4, singled his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Puckett makes the catch for out number 2. And now it is up to Tony Fernandez here. Try to give these Blue Jays the lead. He's 1 for 3 with a triple, folks. And not this time. That's a ground ball to his counterpart at short. And over to first. Ernie Witts gets stranded down there at second. Ninth, we Garvin's going to come in the So Jerry Garvin's going to come in the game. Try to keep it tied up here. As Ryan will set down. He'll be facing Hunter, Beatty, and Vercel. There's Jerry. And Torrey Hunter is 0 for 3. Struck out, flown out, and grounded out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Hunter out for out number 1. And Earl Beatty, he's up. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI. And that's going to be a pop up down the short for out number 2. So it's going to be up to Vercel to get something going here in the bottom of the 8th. Ninth, rather, he's 1 for 3 with an RBI. Did reach on an air. He's been on base twice. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that is a 1-2-3 inning. And let's see it here. We're going to probably do a double switch. Nathan isn't going to come out and pitch the 10th. And he's due to lead off the bottom of the 10th. And Polanco's going to come out. And he'll bat in the 9 spot. Nathan's done. And Corbett's going to come out of the bullpen. So Corbett will come out of the pen. Polanco will come off the bench. So Corbett will hit in the 8 spot. Polanco will come in and bat in the 9 spot and play short. And Corbett will be facing Donaldson, Guerrero, and Barfield. The big boys, 3, 4, 5 due up here. Corbett is pitched 3 games. He's 1-1 with a 3.6 ERA. Donaldson is 1 for 1 after coming in the game. He had that double and came around to score the, at the time, tying run. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Corbett strikes him out for out number 1. And Guerrero's up. Junior's 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI. He had a sacrifice fly. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. Can he strike the side out, folks? Jesse Barfield's up. He is 0 for 3. He has flown out, struck out twice, and has a sacrifice fly. And that's going to be good morning, good afternoon, and good night. He strikes the side out. We get to the bottom of the 10th. You got Polanco due up in the 9 hole, then Knobloch and Carrill. And Polanco, his first plate appearance after coming in on the double switch. He's batting .357 with no homers and 4 RBIs against the lefty, though. And he gets a hold of this, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. Forget about it. Off the lefty. He turns on it. And that ball is going a walk-off homer over the lefty bags in right field. And the Twins walk it off. How about that? Comes in as a double switch and hits the go-ahead homer. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at the box score. Didn't see that ending like that. That's for sure. And that should be the walk-off. Yep. It was a heck of a finish, wasn't it, Ken? And damn, Twins came back and won it like that in the 10th. The Twins 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors. The Blue Jays 4 runs, 9 hits, and a costly error by Knobloch. And how about old Vernon Wells? 3 for 4. And for the Jays, he had a nice game. Look at that. The Jays 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position, folks. Had the home run by Vernon. They left 7 men on base. And you had Killebrew 2 for 3, and the big home run by Polanco coming off the bench. They were 4 for 11, and only left 4 men on base. Jimmy Key gets a no decision, 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, only 2 of them earned. Walked 1, struck out 2. Tom comes in, 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, struck out 3. And Garvin, 0-1 now, first loss of the year. 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run, struck out 2, and gave up the homer. Pascual gets a no decision. 7 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, walked 1, struck out 6, and gave up a homer. Perkins comes in a third of an inning, 1 hit, 1 run, walked 1. Joe Nathan gets a blown save out of the deal, but comes in with bases loaded, folks. 1 2/3, 2 hits, no runs, and a strikeout. And Corbett comes in, picks up his second win. He's 2-1. 1 inning of work, and he struck the side out. He deserved that win, folks. Nice job by old Doug. Take a look here at the American League standings and leaderboard. And with that loss, the Jays are now 3 games back of the Yanks. Baltimore is 4.5 along with Boston. Tampa Bay bringing up the rear with the gear, 5 games back. And then the Central, the Tigers still have a half a game lead over KC. Cleveland's a game back, and the Twins fall to pick up a game. They're a half a game. They're now only 2 games back, and the White Sox 3. Now west, the Rangers lead the West by 2.5 over the rest of the competitors, the Angels, Mariners, and A's. And Alomar now leading the American League with a .381 batting average. And you got 3 batters with 5 homers. Roger Maris is one of them. Plus, he's leading the American League in 13 RBIs, Roger is. ERA leader right now still at 0. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pitchers now. Doug Corbett with that second win. 6 pitchers with 2 wins. JJ, BJ, it helps having initials. And Wetland with 3 saves on the year. To lead the American League. Roger Maris is still leading in MVP voting, and Kevin Apier in the Cy Young. And the next game on the channel which we should have here in a little bit here. What time is it? I don't have to work tomorrow. It's 10 o'clock. We'll probably do the third and final game of this series. And it's going to be Doyle Alexander going up against Santana. So the old Doyle Alexander going up against Santana should be a good damn game. Yeah, should be a good game. I want to thank Ken Castro, Clinton Parks, David, Parallel League. I believe that was everybody joined us here. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Hit that bell, hit that like button, and leave a comment. Till next time, y'all have a great day and take care.